Yo, yo, what's going on, fellas? Happy Tuesday morning to you. I've got tons of energy with me, as I always do on a Champions League day. And that's right, we get Champions League football. So just brings that much added excitement to today's sports slate. We'll of course talk about that sports slate, talk about our sports betting as well. But let's kick it off first by recapping yesterday, where if we throw it up there, we obviously had a fair number of bets yesterday. Soccer didn't treat us all that great yesterday. Wolves on the draw, no bet. Done in tough, really, by two penalties. One was a legit penalty. The first one wasn't a penalty. If you listen to Gary O'Neill in his post-match press conference, he already had the refs apologize him, much like he did in his season opening game against Manchester United when the refs apologized to him right after the match. Well, they apologized to him again right after the match. So really tough one right there. Obviously, Wolves had a penalty go their way, but theirs was a legit penalty. So take away the penalty by Fulham. The game's in 2-2, and we just get a push and we get our money back. But that's not how VAR goes. What did Corey say yesterday? He hates VAR. Yeah, we were waiting for the VAR luck to turn, but yesterday wasn't the day, but hopefully today will be that day we can get VAR on our side. Girona, team total over 1.5, didn't quite get there. Match ended 1-1, so the both teams score over 2.5 didn't hit. The team total didn't hit. Missed that one on the hook right there. And then the Serie A parlay, classic four-leg parlay, or three-leg parlay. Two-leg hits easily. The third leg misses on the hook. You ever heard of that before, losing a parlay on a hook? Yeah, that's what happened to us in Serie A. What about our basketball play? Hat tip to the chat. Hat tip to each and every single one of you guys out there for bringing up some NBA talk on yesterday's show. We dug into it a little bit. Sixers on the first quarter spread easily dusted the Lakers. What was like 31 to 19, I believe, if I saw that score correctly. I was just box score checking, obviously not watching the game. Sixers get it done, blow them out by 30 plus. Lakers are done, you know that. And then Monday Night Football, boring ass game. We only had one touchdown in that game, and it went our way. Hawkinson plus 180. Otherwise, lots of snooze fest. Dobbs throwing interceptions, having a little unfortunate luck go his way on some tip passes that ended up in the hands of defenders for interceptions. Overall, just too much sloppy play. Vikings can't quite get the win. Had it, obviously, but let the Bears come back. And you can see on the very bottom line there, if the Bears don't come back, it's still a losing day, but not to the tune of almost 2.5 units. That really put a hurt on the day yesterday right there. Madison over 10.5 receiving yards. If you were watching that, I'm literally sitting there with my wife, and I was like, I think we may get some kind of like garbage plays here to set up a field goal. And as soon as that play developed, and you saw Madison tuck in behind was it either the guard or the center, you knew it was a screenplay. You obviously knew that screenplay was going to go to him. You knew the defense was sitting back in soft coverage, and they were going to give him some amount of yards. He literally picked up just enough, as that was 11-yard reception. And we talked about the volume yesterday. It was the only reason that wasn't, maybe like a multi-unit play, is he wasn't going to get the volume. He gets 2 catches, 11 yards, gives us a good cash. Dobbs over 1.5 passing touchdown. Again, only 1 touchdown in the game, but it goes to Hawkinson at plus 180. He is the first touchdown scorer, so if you were able to sprinkle that, you got a good almost 10-1 hit as well. And Fields didn't throw a pick. Now, you can't throw a pick when all you're throwing is wide receiver screens. Like, shit, every pass was, if it wasn't a wide receiver screen, it was a very short pass to Komet, just over the line of scrimmage. Like, Jesus Christ. And then you think maybe at the end of the game, maybe pushing it to, set up a game-winning field goal. Maybe he'll do something sloppy and give us a pick. And it wasn't meant to be, as he obviously engineered the game-winning drive, kicking a field goal, 12-10. That sucks, losing the game, and you don't even give up a touchdown. I know that's a little sore one there by the Vikings. So if that's how she goes. Did you hear what Joe Buck said at the end of the game, though, yesterday? If you were thinking that game sucked, if you listened to it at the very end, I can't remember what the complex sentence was, but he basically said, like, thank God that's over, or finally, I think he said, finally that's over, that's over, thankfully, or whatever he was saying was the same shit you and I were saying at home. Thank God that game was over. So, all right, to the comment section we go. Then we got to talk some Champions League football. I'll give you my score predictions for all 8 games, and of course, let you know how we're going to go ahead and bet the Champions League action as well. So there we go. Morning, Brian. Morning, Bill. Morning, Corey. What a game. Yeah, Joe Buck. And people hate on Joe Buck. Like, I actually don't mind the guy. He's very well spoken. I think of all the announcers, you know how they say, like, does just boneheaded dumb shit? Like, I actually like Joe Buck. So, and then obviously loved what he said there at the ending with, like, just thank God the game's over. So that was pretty funny. Morning, Ryan. What's up, my man? You had a free bet. Every leg hit, but Dobbs 2 TDs. Yeah, I mean, just turn the damn ball over too much. And again, some of those are bad throws. Some of those are tipped passes. Just sloppy. Just overall sloppy. Yeah, I was surprised as well. I was surprised they obviously didn't run the ball in the first half. You saw the stat. They had 20 yards. Their first run of the second half was for 21 yards. I was surprised they were actually having success in the second half running it, because you looked at the stats and it's like you got to pass against that defense. I'm surprised. I'm surprised. And yeah, we'll see coaches, leaving it open for after the bye week as who may start. Brian, you did sprinkle that tutty. You were the one that commented on my post when I said I like Hockenson at plus 180 to score. You said, hell, I'm taking it one step further and doing the sprinkle of a first tutty. So you actually got me to do it. So I was along with you there, Brian. I was along there, put $50 on it, won $450. So that tip to Brian right there. That was a nice one. Yeah, just a shit game, man. Just a shit. Like, why does every primetime game have to suck? Should have just bet the under, of course. Just should have just gone under. Obviously, just should have gone under. Hit the under on the Sixers game as well, but because the Lakers suck and only can get 94 points. Love that. Love that right there. Love it. Morning, Ross. Nuggets game. I didn't catch that one. To get it done? Got it done. Reggie Jackson got it done. I like Reggie Jackson. Nice. Shakhtar, team total over 1.5 all day long for Chris. Well, you'll find out what bets I'm on. He'll certainly give you great encouragement. Not that you need my encouragement, but what is that? That plays minus 115. Yeah, I'd rather just go for the plus money bet that I got, but it's basically the same thing. Yeah, I just don't know anything about that. I'm just that much tuned off the NBA. It sounds like it adds to it. Yeah, I just don't know. Joe Buck is better. Yeah, especially better than a Chiefs game. I can't stand it. Morning to Gent. Morning, man. We're streaking in the NBA. 1-0. Does that count as a streak? I'm counting it as a streak. I'll go ahead and take it as a streak. We got to go ahead and give away $25. The CD coming in first place in the NFL Pigskin Pick'em contest. Picked up 120 points, 10-point advantage over everybody else. So CD, hit me up on Twitter. Drop me that PayPal information, and I'll go ahead and send you $25. NFL Week 13. If you haven't won yet, it's still a great opportunity, because every week you start off with 0 points, just like your fellow Winning Bet supporters, and then you just see who can have the most points and take my $25. So hit me up, CD. I got you, my man. Nice week. Congratulations on a very good week. 120 points. I think that's the high. I don't think I've seen a 130 if I'm recalling. So yeah, I don't quite think we've seen a 130. So nice one right there. All right, throwing up those UCL scores. That's how I've got the games unfolding. Let's talk about all 8 games, and that's how I'm going to go ahead and bet it. PSG on the money line, a little over 2.5 in Feyenoord Atletico. Shakhtar on the money line. I hear you on the team total over 1.5. I've got the game, obviously, on the left-hand side of 2-0, so I do believe you'll get to your team total as well. I'll go ahead and do the money line at minus 103 and plus 104. And Young Boys Red Star, a little both teams are scoring over 2.5 action at minus 120. Let's talk about these games. Lazio Celtic, I mean, it's typical Lazio. Like, their games go under a ton. If you want to sprinkle Ciro Immobile to score a goal at like plus 120, plus 130, like it's him or nothing on that team. Not the greatest read on that game. Not the greatest read. Celtic, they've been dreadful away in European competition. So are they going to put up much of a fight away? Their backs are up against the wall, obviously, if they want to try and get into third place. Yeah, not a great read on that game. So obviously not willing to put any money. But if I did have to put money on it, I do expect Lazio to pull out the win. If you wanted to do a Lazio and under 4.5 goals parlay, the goals aren't going to be. They're just not going to run them up. So I think a Lazio money line under 4.5, you can get that at about minus 130. That's probably the best play, I would say, in that game. Feyenoord and Atletico, you can see I've got it as a 2-2 game. The reverse fixture was 3-2 at Atletico. Now we come back to Feyenoord. Remember, we've cashed Feyenoord a couple times up against Lazio. We had the both teams scoring over 2.5 cash in that game. Just been a great team, been even better at home, as you can imagine. And I like this spot here for an over 2.5 and not even having to tack on both teams to score. Just getting a good price at minus 120. Tweeted that one pre-Thanksgiving. The minus 108 can be had right now over on Bet Rivers. That's winning for another unit. I saw that this morning and was like, yeah, love everything about it. Love everything about that over. So, yeah, I'll go back in for another unit at minus 108 over on Bet Rivers. Shakhtar money line. Of all the bets we have today, this is obviously my strongest bet that I've got today is Shakhtar money line. And I would say of the games we've been watching, this is probably the team that we know the most of. They've been put in this 11:45 a.m. time slot. We've been watching these games on TikTok. Remember, we started off in this group, though, watching Barcelona and Antwerp. We got a cash on Barcelona team total. Antwerp was absolutely dreadful, and maybe you'll say that's because they're playing against Barcelona. I hear you, but we at least watched that match and saw Antwerp not do a damn thing. Remember, we cashed in Shakhtar up against Barcelona. Both teams a score. When the first time they hooked up, and when it was in Barcelona, we got the hit. We did run that same bet back, though, in the reverse fixture, and we did not get a cash as Shakhtar won 1-0, but that plays more into our money line. Shakhtar won 1-0 against Barcelona at home. Remember, they were great in the first half, creating chances, getting the goal, and Barcelona didn't get any chances really in the first half, and they really only got one chance in that second half through João Felix. They put 11 men behind the ball and made it difficult for Barcelona. They'll do those same tactics again today. Once they get up a lead on Antwerp here at home, they'll just frustrate them, and you saw them. They're completely comfortable, and they're okay with that. And they even had some good counterattacks in that second half against Barcelona, so they can maybe be able to add to it, playing a little defensive. And don't remember, in this reverse fixture when we were hanging out on TikTok Live, Shakhtar was down 2-0 at halftime. We live bet the money line at 35-1, and Shakhtar comes all the way back, getting 3 goals in the second half and cashing our 35-1 live money line. Yeah, we've been watching this group, I would say probably more than the other ones. Love Shakhtar on the money line. Tweeted out the second unit today at plus unit. It's no longer at plus money. Now it's back to minus 110, minus 115 at Caesars. Back to where it was around when we did the first play at minus 103, but that's always at Bet Rivers where they're always lagging on their prices. You can generally, or at least for soccer perspective. So no longer at plus money, although I do think BetMGM is still hanging an even money. I checked about maybe a half hour ago, and they still are hanging an even money, but way better, the better team, and getting it at home, it's an absolute no-brainer. And then Young Boys, Red Star, both teams will score and over 2.5. Don't forget, every game in this group has gone over 2.5. And I know City's in that group, and I know Leipzig's in that group. But Young Boys have scored against Leipzig and City. Red Star, they've scored against Leipzig and City. So it's not just the big boys covering the over 2.5. You've got Young Boys and Red Star scoring in every game, contributing, getting goals, and the over 2.5 is hitting easily. Hell, 7 of these games have had 4+ goals in this group. It's just been a great group to sit back and watch and be entertained. This reverse fixture was 2-2. It's somewhere around there. You can see I did the prediction at 2-2. One of these teams need to separate themselves so they can get into third place and fall down in Europa League. So once the both teams' a score hits, they're just going to keep on pushing. They want to be in third place. You want to fall down into the Europa League spot. So maybe I don't have a good pulse on the score prediction of 2-2, but that game's got goals with both of them contributing. The only game I really didn't feel confident in betting was Barcelona-Porto. Barcelona-Porto 2-0. And they won 1-0 on the road. It wasn't that great of a game. Barcelona should be winning at home. The only bet I'm considering of adding is the Milan-Dortmund. You can see I've got it 1-1 there. I want to do the under 2.5. Remember, this is match day number 5. Dortmund has obviously played 4 games. We've cashed all 4 under 2.5s. We've cashed all 4 under 2.5s for Dortmund in this Champions League. They've come in relatively easy as well. It's at minus 104 at FanDuel. It feels like a 1-1 game. Feels like another under 2.5. Obviously, the stats are great. I mean, go look up at the stats. You don't cash 4 games out of 4 under 2.5 and not have the stats in your favor. AC Milan even hit under 2.5 this weekend against Fiorentina at home, only able to win 1-0. That's going to be maybe the one bet I do add before the card gets tweeted is the under 2.5 and Milan-Dortmund. It's a minus 104 over at FanDuel. Just don't know if I can quite get there in terms of I've bet it. Just in terms of trying to give you guys encouragement and suggesting that you guys bet it. Just can't quite get there. But the ones I do show over my left-hand shoulder, I've sprinkled the parlay. I would sprinkle the parlay. I'm not seeing much that loses right there. The last one we haven't talked about is PSG up against Newcastle. Newcastle is just dramatically different home and away. When they get away from St. James Park, they don't have the crowd to feed off. Their energy isn't as high. They don't do as much high pressing and tempo. They're just not as good as away from St. James Park. PSG's got the best player in this match, and Mbappe. Yeah, give me a PSG money line. I think they get it done 3-1. Both teams to score, obviously hits in that one right there. So that's how I'm rolling. Maybe we'll add under 2.5 and a little Milan Dortmund, but otherwise, take these other bets and definitely sprinkle the parlay. Sprinkle the parlay. I've done it and done it across multiple sports books, so I don't get banned. I like them. I like those bets a lot. What's up, Johnny? What's up, man? Matt, speaking of Matt, we're doing Between the Posts today, right here. Shit, we may go a little bit early if this show ends early, if Matt's available, but we're doing it, Matt. Between the Posts today at 12 p.m. Eastern Time, boys. Between the Posts, 12 p.m. Eastern Time. We've got some bets cooked up. Big day on the horizon. What do you think of those score predictions, Matt? Which one of those you're willing to bet? Any of them, Matt? Let me know, dog. Let me know. I can't wait to talk to Prem with you. How many bets did I cook up in the Prem this weekend? Of course, we'll talk to Prem on the show. 4 bets. 4 bets already on the Premier League. Really disgusted. Not disgusted with the Wolves draw no bet. I mean, VAR screwed us, but probably should have just gone back to what's been hitting in Wolves matches. Now it's 11 straight. Both teams of score has been hitting in Wolves matches. Probably could have then tacked on an over 2.5 and just done the classic over 2.5 that both teams score. Felt like that game I made the wrong mistake. And then the West Ham game against Burnley over the weekend was in between bets and unfortunately gave out the wrong one. So got to be better in those situations. That's on me, but yeah, that's on me. But yeah. Not good. You took Man City on the money line at over 2.5. Any insight on that game? I'd probably have to wait on lineups. Listen to Guardiola's press conference. Obviously, they only need a draw to secure first place. They have certainly dominated Leipzig over the past few seasons. They've been hooked up together with Leipzig. Don't know if Haaland's going to play. Obviously, he got the ankle injury against Bournemouth, aggravated it on international duty, played the full 90 minutes against Liverpool, but in a game that it matters. I mean, you want to be in first place because Guardiola has said it in all of his press conferences. If you're in first place, that means you get in the round of 16, second leg is at home. And he's spoken about how there's a massive advantage of playing a second leg at home. So it is a serious game, but I just don't know if they're going to risk Haaland. I don't know. A big matchup, obviously, this weekend against Tottenham. Don't be surprised if Haaland gets rested. They can obviously I mean, they're going to win. I mean, they've just been the better team against Leipzig over the years. I would like to see lineups. I could see 2-0, though. I'm telling you right now, Grealish is going to play because the way Guardiola's been talking about just getting the 1 point. Grealish is much better in possession. You see Doku on the left, and his one-on-one dribbling is I don't want to call it elite, but it's. I mean, just look what he did with Trent over the weekend. I mean, he abused Trent. Good thing Trent got a goal against City. Otherwise, he would have had a rough day. Doku was just going by him with ease. I mean, Doku is excellent. I think today it's going to be more of a possession-based game. You're going to see Grealish come in on the left-hand side, and he's just great at holding the ball up, possession. So, I probably put City at 2-0. Is that what I did? Yeah, shit, I did City 2-0 against Leipzig. They've been tough, man. Guardiola, he's even been talking about his press conferences. Like, yeah, Liverpool scored, and he even got asked the question. He's like, you seem to be, giving up goals this year. But he countered with, dude, we're playing great. You're getting 2 chances a game. Teams are converting 1 of the 2 chances or 1 of the 3 chances. Liverpool was good on the counter. Really good, actually, on the counter in the first half. Just missed them some connection there in that first half. I thought they could have gotten a goal in the first half. They were a little bit sharper. Maybe that's the result of playing at 12:30 p.m. on coming off an international break. I don't know, but give me Man City money line. I don't know if I can get on the over 2.5 though. I'm not quite sure I can get on the over. See what the lineups look like on there. Matt likes Man City. I'm down to go early. All right, sweet. Well, I'll hit you up as soon as this is over. I'll hit you up and yeah, we'll go early. We can really be locked in for Shakhtar. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you guys, and I like to tell you guys when I do things that are hammer spots, 2-unit play on the card. I've got somewhere between, and I have to log back in and add it up, somewhere between 7 to 10 units on Shakhtar money line. I have to add it up. This isn't like Byron drained the accounts down to 0. And what was that other one I did? Oh yeah, Man City against Bournemouth first half team total, where I took multiple sportsbook counts and just dumped all the money on the Man City first half team total. I didn't do that with Shakhtar, but I've got 7, 8, 9 units on it. Unloaded. So yeah, we'll get between the posts wrapped up, and yeah, then we'll hop on TikTok live, and yeah, Shakhtar money line. Yeah. Yeah, Doku's been fun. He's God damn. He takes somebody one-on-one. He's getting by you. He's getting by you, and he sets up just a couple dribbles and bam. Yeah. I was gonna say just ask Trent, but I don't want to be too harsh on Matt. Matt's my guy. Can't be too hard on him. But yeah, Trent saw how good Doku can dribble. Wait till lineups. Maybe, I mean, Haaland did play all 90 against Liverpool, so maybe he's recovered, but it just feels like you bring in Alvarez, you bring in Grealish, you got Bernardo whenever he wants to play true possession. I mean, Bernardo starts a lot when he's healthy anyways, but when he's fit. But more of this possession, like you want Bernardo in there. It'll be Rodri, of course. Will it be, if you get Kovacic, that's an under 2.5. If you got Kovacic, that sounds like Guardiola's going to win this shit 2-0 and really just possess the ball and play keep away like they do. I mean, that's the best defense is the best offense for him in possession base. So you get Kovacic next to Rodri, yeah. I would really like an under 2.5 in that scenario. But we'll see. We can go to maybe one lineup prediction site. I didn't look it up. I'm not that I'm confident Haaland's going to sit. Here you go. Here's a fresh site right here predicting lineups. Let's see what they've got. They've got Haaland, Doku, Silva, Alvarez, Foden, Rodri, Akanji when they're in possession. Obviously, Akanji comes up out of defense, and he likes Akanji and Stones. Obviously, Stones is still hurt. And then Gvardiol, Diaz, and I mean, that lineup's not losing to Leipzig. I can tell you that right now. I disagree with Doku. I think this is a more possession base. I bet Grealish comes in. I'm thinking Grealish, but either way, I mean, if it's that lineup, that's the lineup. You know, what's going to be interesting is how they're going to fit De Bruyne back in. I mean, they've been clicking so good. De Bruyne does walk back into the team. He's when fit. He's the best midfielder in the Premier League, so he definitely walks back in. But like, who's getting bumped? I guess is it Alvarez? I don't know. I don't have to make that decision. But all right, boys. Anything else? Or should we wrap it up and do between the posts at 11:30? We'll do 30 minutes. We'll jump on 30 minutes early between the posts. Anybody got any more questions? I did not look up the NBA, but we are waiting for when the Lakers are on the road again. I've got that one in the back of my head. They got their ass whooped. If they're up against another team where we know Lakers are bottom 3 from looking up the research yesterday, 30th in the NBA, allowing 34.5 points per game. Sixers damn near got that, getting 31. If they're playing a team in the top 5, that's an absolute hammer spot, NBA first quarter like we hit yesterday. So we'll see. We'll see the next time the Lakers are in action. You were thinking Leipzig can sneak one if they have a couple. I mean, yeah. City can listen. I've told Matt, and he sometimes has done City money lines at under 4.5. He holds his nose to the cash counter. He gets to the cash counter sometimes, but you know his palms and his ass is extremely sweaty because, to your point, they're going to create. I don't like taking unders on cities. I don't like doing it. I mean, if you just look at the recent head-to-head, they've hooked up 5 times, and Leipzig has scored in 4 of those 5s. It was a 3-1 City win, 7-0, a 1-1 draw. Leipzig did nick a 2-1 win in Germany, and then City won 6-3. So they've scored in every one but one. So I hear you. Their XG at home in, what would that have been, match day number 2? Yeah, match day number 2 was .27. They had 3 shots and 1 on goal. I mean, that's at home, Johnny. Guardiola, they are conceding goals, but just like he said in his press conference, you're just able to convert the 2 or 3 chances you get. They had 3 shots and only put 1 on goal, and it happened to find the back of the net. I'm not betting on any team scoring on City. I'm not doing it. And I don't care that, Liverpool scored. Trent, that was a hell of a shot by Trent. That's just great, top of the box. Not many guys are hitting that. That was a great hit by him. Chelsea, that was just a fantastic game. Young Boys didn't score. They suck. Bournemouth scored. Not sure how that happened. As soon as I hit that first half over, I was racing to the cash counter. I didn't even watch the second half. United didn't score. Yeah, they got their ass kicked. Young Boys scored. All right, so Young Boys scored. How many chances do they have? Their XG was .39. Yeah, I hear you, Johnny. Maybe wait for lineups or just go with your gut, man. But I feel 2-0. I'm going 2-0. You were going to ask about the NBA. Give it to me quick. We want to get to between the posts. Give it to me quick. I'll look it up real quick. See if there's any top team versus bottom team like we did yesterday with the Sixers and the Lakers. Let's just look it up real quick. Let's see. All right, got this sheet up. Now I need to see who's playing who. Who's playing who? Celtics, Bulls. Nope, that's not a good one to bet. Raptors, Nets. But that's Toronto on the road. Shockingly. Shockingly, they're better on the road. Wow, interesting. Still not enough gap to feel comfortable to bet it. Hawks, Cavs. Ooh, Atlanta. Are they home or away in this game? They are away. That could be an over. What's that over under at? That could be an over. All right, hold on. That could be one. All right, hold on. See what the over under is that first quarter. If it's before I look up the number, just based on I'm only doing defensive stats. I should probably look and see what they score real quick. All right, hold on. Their defense is awful in the first quarter. Let's see what the offense is. Oh, and they're both in the top 10. All right, if this number is at, without looking it up, if it's at 57.5, you definitely take the over. If it's at 58.5, maybe dig a little deeper and consider. It is at 60.5. Yeah. Those defensive numbers are atrocious. I agree. Bucks Heat. Nope, no real advantage there. Hornets, Knicks. Okay. Oh, who's home and away, though? Doesn't quite match up there. All right, Thunder, Wolves. Where the hell's the Thunder? Oh, there they are. If they're the away team, that's actually better. Oh, they are the away team. Okay. All right, well, what are they scoring? That's their defense. Oh, wow. I bet the books will probably, I bet people will probably think that the Thunder can do it. I bet you can get the Thunder plus points in the first quarter. They're definitely worth plus 1.5. It's plus a half. Yeah, they got the better numbers. They should win the first quarter. Maybe you can do the two-way line, and if it's a tie, you can get a push at plus money, but that's not a bad one. And then Rockets, Mavs. Rockets. Oh, there they are. It's always scary going up against Luka, but goddamn. From a defensive standpoint, the Rockets hold a nice edge. From an offensive standpoint, where the hell's Dallas? Oh, there they are. That's a big difference. Is Thunder home and away? Oh, the Rockets are away. Yeah, you don't want a piece of that. That's a big difference. And then last one's Warriors, Kings. Warriors, Kings. Where is it? Warriors, Kings. All right. This is the defensive page. 30-30. Who's on the road? Oh, 25. Okay. Ooh, what? You know the public normally likes Golden State. Here's gonna be a tricky one. So like the Thunder, are you getting? What's the Warriors? Are you getting? Or I mean the Kings, not the Warriors. I would be interested in getting the Kings. Plus a half. Those would be the two spots. You could do Thunder plus a half, Kings plus a half. I'm gonna wait, sweep soccer, and then circle back on basketball. But those are the two. Looking at it, I would do that. I hear you, dog. That's secretly why I got into NBA first quarters 2 years. Yes, I agree. All right, I agree. All right, boys, we're going to go ahead and call this one right down. I'm sweeping soccer. Look for me when I tweet the card. Milan, Dortmund under 2.5 may get added to the card. Otherwise, I think we've got some great plays. If you're interested, hang tight. We'll start up the Between the Post stream in... yes, I got two. Yeah, I just broke them out because they're two different prices. So, yeah, two unit plays on today's card. There you go. DeGen's giving you some plays there, Bill. If you guys, Matt and I will start this stream. Call it within 5 minutes. We'll start Between the Posts. We'll just fire it right on up. See what Matt's got this week in the Premier League. See how his last weekend was, where he hit a nice 2-unit banger with Villa on the money line. See what Matt's got cooked up this weekend. So, all right, boys, and if you want to watch Champions League a little bit later on, I will see you on TikTok. Shakhtar money line, 2-unit play, 11:45 a.m. Eastern time. I'll see you on over there on TikTok. All right, Between the Posts. Let's go, boys. Fire it up. Champions League. Let's go.